The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are heading to BC's Central Coast today for the next leg of their Canadian tour. The royal couple will be visiting Bella Bella, where they will announce the addition of the Great Bear Rainforest to an environmentally protected area known as the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy. On Sunday, Will and Kate toured Vancouver, where they were greeted by thousands of fans. Their stops included a stop at an addiction center in Vancouver's east side, a welcome center for new immigrants and Syrian refugees, and the Kitsilano Coast Guard Station. For more on the royal tour, I'm joined by CTV's royal commentator, Richard Berthelsen. He's with me in studio. Good morning. Nice to see you. What a weekend.
It was. Busy weekend.
Very much so. Has it been off to a good start, do you think?
I think it was up to a great start. There had great weather, relatively speaking, for the fall. A little damp, but we expect that on our west coast. And really, really big crowds. And one of the big things we're not seeing on television is the motorcade routes that they're going on. There's people almost all along the way, too. So that's slowing things down at times, but there's a lot of people who want to see them.
Now, they were greeted in Victoria by the Prime Minister and his wife. What's at stake for the government during this visit?
Well, the government's the host of the visit. They're paying most of the costs of the visit, sharing it with the government of BC and Yukon. So, I mean, the government wants a successful visit. They want a visit that Canadians care about, that's dealing with issues that are important and relevant to Canadians. And I think yesterday really demonstrated that. This is not a royal visit. It's really standing long on ceremony. It's really substantive with exchanges with people. So they're getting that. Also, the government has items that they want to promote, not least of which is the physical beauty of British Columbia, and those pictures are going all around the world. This visit is getting a lot of coverage in the United States as well. So that's really helpful for Canada. But also the government's focusing on issues that are important to it, such as the environment, Indigenous relations, even the Coast Guard yesterday, an important issue for this government.
And on a lighter note, the British media is having a field day with this so-called snub of the Prime Minister by little Prince George. What do you make of it?
Well, I think a lot of people would love to snub a Prime Minister, but a 3-year-old probably doesn't have that in mind. I think the reality is that he got woken up from a sleep. He was probably reacting to the fact his body was telling him it was midnight, probably been asleep for a few hours, told by his mum he had to get all dressed up. Out he goes into the bright light, and the media Nikon choir starts snapping, and he was a little shy. So it's a fun little story. The British media finds some snub or some royal faux pas on every tour, and they feast on it for days.
Enough for it to make headlines.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about today. I feel bad about the weather forecast for Bella Bella. This is going to be a little rough.
That's right. They're going to put the real meaning in the word rain in rainforest today. I mean, it truly is a rainforest, and that is real. This was always a potential to happen. It may cause them to scrub some aspects of the tour, such as the float plane tour, or who knows. But the Royals will soldier on. It's a very important moment for the Heiltsuk First Nation, and it really demonstrates the reconciliation that's going on around recognizing their traditional territory, protecting it for future generations, and the nice added benefit is adding this to the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy, which is a network of forests all around the world. It will be the largest contribution to that. No surprise given the size of Canada. So there's a number of things at stake today, but again, the environmental angle, and once again, the Indigenous angle, the importance of Indigenous title and reconciliation is going to be really at the forefront of today's visit.
Okay, thank you, Richard. We'll check in with you a little bit later. Appreciate that.